Kosmix is releasing its new Meehive newsroom. So one rainy day, I went to the Kosmix headquarters in Mountain View to get a sneak preview from co-founder Venki Harinarayan and his team.
Meehive is our first attempt at organizing information around people and people's interests. And for example, if you have an interest in online, in flower arrangement like Tracy has, if there is a really cool blog or the New York Times covers it, it's very unlikely that you're going to see it because people are not going to put that on the front page of the New York Times. But it is extremely important to you as an individual. And so that's the problem that we're trying to solve, which is taking your nano interests and making sure that you actually connect to the things that are happening around those interests.
Clearly, it was crunch time a week prior to release as Tracy Liu, Meehive product manager, brainstormed with her team. Sesh Seshadri, the CTO, gave me a demo of the new Meehive personalized newsroom. So what exactly is it?
So here's my newspaper today, composed of interests that are sort of unique to me. As you can see, Kosmix, Yahoo, lots of business and finance interests, but then very esoteric interests like Carnatic music, which is sort of a form of music in South India. That's very unique to me. Bollywood, tennis, Indian cricket. The top stories get populated by an algorithmic editor or a personal editor, as we call it. So the idea is how can we bring to you 10 stories that you probably should read right now. So everybody is unique, they have their own interests, and we thought it would be sort of fun for people to sort of look at each other's newspaper and understand that everybody likes to sort of peek at other people's interests. So there are two ways you can find. You can just search for it, or you can sort of go to your friend's hive, and from there you can look at their friends and so on and so forth. So for example,
these are your friends. Okay.
These are all my friends, and I can go to any one of them. So let's say I go to Venki, and then I can drill into his friends' activities, which will give me his friends. We'll probably expose his friends up here at some point, and you can see that he has a bunch of friends, and then some of them are not, many of them may not be my friends.
And is it just you follow them, or do you actually connect with them, and can you message them on your site?
We are right now, it's a bi-directional, which means you have to connect with them.
Before you can follow. So if you wanted to connect with me,
Both
if you want to follow me, I need to connect with you. So,
Correct.
Okay, so you can't just stalk people.
Not yet.
Can we talk about Twitter and how you're integrating with Twitter, as well as how you're going to use Twitter to make news recommendations?
The first one is we are bringing Twitter content to our site. So whenever you are interested in the topic, say entrepreneurship, we get articles or tweets on entrepreneurship from Twitter to your sort of entrepreneurship page. We also have sort of hot Twitter topics that are just sort of the real hot ones. The more interesting ones from a personal standpoint, your top stories that you see, the top 10 stories that you see, so every few hours, 6 hours or 12 hours or whatever period you choose, we will tweet you the stories that are relevant to you, so you don't have to come to Meehive every time to sort of consume your top stories.
Right.
And finally, based on what you're doing on Twitter and who you're following, we start recommending interests to you. Hey, maybe we saw that you feature a lot on this topic. Maybe you want to start following this topic on Meehive. And so that's how the ecosystem sort of...
So you'll have a little box here that says recommendations based on recommendations.
Interest recommendations based on Twitter activity.
Okay. So you will be connecting the sign up to Facebook Connect. So explain what you're doing.
Okay. Well, two things because of Facebook Connect. One is Facebook users can use their Facebook ID on our site. You don't have to create a separate ID. The second thing is their activities on Meehive and their friends' activities sort of go back to Facebook.
Right.
And some of the activities from Facebook can be imported here. So that's sort of the whole idea. Right?
And when is that available?
That's the next big thing that we'll be working on after the launch, and so hopefully within a month or a couple of months.
April or May. Okay, great.
No doubt this is something the team is banking on. Of course, it's good to get some stress relief with a bit of playtime. It's a startup life after all. Work hard, play hard.
It's a culture fostered by Venki, who gave me an office tour on the scooter. After which we had time for hard-hitting questions from me on Venki's high-level view of Meehive. What are you going to do to make sure people are engaged? That's one of the hardest things, is to actually get people engaged.
So two things. One is clearly being relevant to their interests is very important. So being able to show news items that really are interesting to you and unique, where you can't find this anywhere else, is important to us. Second thing which we're doing is actually having a social graph on this, so you can connect your friends here, you can recommend articles to them, they can recommend articles to you, and that's another way for us to make sure that people are more engaged with the site.
And then finally, what's the business model? Is this advertising?
Yeah, so we think the business model actually is an extremely robust business model, and it is the newspaper business model online. And we have a big advantage in the sense that as people express interest and they want to be connected to information about these interests, advertising is another form of information that they'd like to be connected to. For example, if I mention that I'm interested in the Nintendo Wii, I would like to see the new games. I would like to get offers about, the fact that, hey, you can get this game 25% off. And so we believe that the advertising model is extremely robust. It is more a question of us getting people to use the site and, be excited about the site.
So this is where it happens, the launch of the personalized newspaper. And with Venki at the helm, it's sure to be a sight to watch. This guy isn't fooling around. This is Bambi Francisco with Vader News.